I was contemplating whether this would be a one and done, a one-hit wonder at the end of the night. Welcome back to my channel, She Fires, where I focus mostly on self-defense content. I'm on my way to the store, but I wanted to stop. I'm inside a parking garage. Hopefully my phone doesn't overheat. I wanted to tell you that I finally am going to my first security assignment. This assignment, probably at the time of this publishing, the event will have passed. I can share with you that it is for the Chris Brown concert. So I will be doing security for that event. I'm getting there in the wee hours of the morning and staying there to the wee hours of the night. I chose to do that. You can pick your schedule or pick your window of time, and I chose to go in really early so I can pick my position within the stadium. It's at Raymond James Stadium where the Bucks play. And so I'm excited. I would be more excited if it wasn't a long onboarding process. I think I had my initial interview, and then I had 2 orientations, one for the company that I work for, and then also with the Bucks, they have their own orientation that I also had to complete, and it's very thorough. I've passed all those things with flying colors. It is not the highest salary, okay? It's just an hourly gig. Some of them treat it like a job, and then they have other assignments at other local event establishments like Amalie Arena, or where the Tampa Bay, that is Amalie Arena, isn't it? Yeah, it is, okay. Some of the other venues, even Mid-Florida Credit Union, we have a lot of events there. Oh, the phone's dropping. Look at that heat really got it. This is just a little part-time fun thing to do when I don't have anything else going on. I'm still gonna have my day job, my 9 to 5 or 8 to 5 day job, Monday through Friday, which is what I've always done. I've always been that kind of career person. And so this will be all supplemental, nights and weekends. And I get to pick my schedule. I get to pick what I want to do. I always say life is about experiences. There's going to be a day and time where I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm not going to want to do this. So while I can, I'm going to do it. I'm literally taking my shoes off. It is 11:52. Oh my goodness, let me show you. Can you see that? Yeah. 11:52, and I've been here since 5:30. So I'm not gonna talk very long on this video. And you know my mount broke, so I can't even go hands-free. But I'll probably talk to you tomorrow. But I'm tired. It's been a long day in traffic. You can't even see what's going on here. Backed up, trying to get out of this parking lot. This is me home. It's after midnight. I'm so tired. My legs still hurt. It was harder than I thought. I thought I'd come out and share my experience working my first security detail. Overall, it was good. Let me see. I have my notes here so I don't forget anything. 6 a.m. to 12 a.m. Why? I don't know. I just did. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna live it up. If that's If that's just the assignment that they need filled, I'm gonna do it. Okay. So with that in mind, let me just, I wasn't prepared. I was not prepared. I've never done this before. Never done this before, but I was not prepared. I thought I was. I had we had to wear white shirts and black pants, like everything black. And they would provide us with a shirt. So I had all that. I put on compression socks. Does that make me old? I don't know, but I knew that there would be a lot of standing, a lot of sitting and standing. I did not realize how much standing there would be. And it was a lot of waiting. The concert didn't start, well, let me rephrase or restate. The gates didn't open until 5:30. And the concert started about 7. So he had 2 people opening for him, Bryson Tiller and Summer Walker, if you know those 2. And he came on about 8:30. So from 6 a.m. until like 2, just waiting. The good part, I was in a club area, so I was in AC. If you know Tampa at this time, being outside is deadly. So I was thankful that I had that. Like, there's a lot of pluses to what I experienced, but there are a lot of things that really challenged my decision to accept this opportunity. And I'll share why I decided to walk down this path at the end. So please stay tuned. If you like this video so far, when I'm sharing, please do hit the like button. I realize, well, first, let me just say, outside looking in, some people might perceive security officers, especially unarmed security officers, like people who couldn't get, or people who aren't able to become a police officer. I didn't view it that way, but some people have, that's a viewpoint. Others think that security officers just walk around, sit around, do nothing, observe and report. That's what security officers. I watch a lot of First Amendment auditor videos too, and all of that may be true. But now, outside in, now inside out. My perspective now being on that end of it, there's a lot of waiting. But when that action kicks in, and I don't feel, for the action that kicks in, that security officers are paid enough. Some were well underperforming individuals, but some took their job very, very seriously. But I feel like they don't get paid enough for the action that kicks in, because you don't know what's coming. You don't know how people are going to behave and act, and you're unarmed. For me, I'm paying attention to everyone, everything. What are you looking like? What are you doing? Your behavior, your mannerisms, any small inkling of something. And this is just for my first time. I'm watching you. And it has taken my love of people watching to a whole nother level. Definitely. But I talk about the rate because once that action kicks in, you can't pay me enough to defend a person or defend property. I don't know how it is in other parts of the country, but I think on average, security officers don't get paid very well, in my opinion. I know there are exceptions, but not here. Me, I'm looking for still a full-time gig and then have this on the side to do for fun. And it can be fun, but I was not prepared. So I was there, I'm gonna say I was there until midnight because they let me go at like 11:30, but I was standing for a really long time. I was in a club. They have club for people who pay, basically for people who get paid a little bit more money, who pay a little bit more money for a club experience, the club suites. So those folks were coming for the Chris Brown concert. So still all walks of life, shades, sizes, ages, all of that came through. So, you know, you have to watch them. I was on a landing, and so I was watching them come up and making sure they knew where they were going, and they were not going in an emergency exit door, which many people tried to do. No, ma'am. No, sir. You cannot go through that way. A lot of that happened. You know, they try to be friends, rub, you know. No, you cannot go through that way. So sorry. But my friend's right. No, I'm so sorry. You got to go around another way, or we'll have them come to you. So a lot of that happened. I talked a lot. When the action kicked in, I was doing a lot of talking. Hello, welcome. I said welcome and hello. I greeted people while also sizing them up. And thousands of people came through. For the venue, they were expecting 50,000 people, and it was a sold out event. So that's a lot of people. And the club, they had a lot of people on. When they were coming down at the end of the event, down the escalator, it was a lot. And I was there standing at that landing. Hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you for coming. Have a good night. I greeted people. Some security officers just stand there, making sure you don't go where you're not supposed to go. They don't speak to you. Some don't even look at you. They just, you're walking past them, and then that's it. But me, I think I'm just personable, so I'm saying goodbye. I don't have to say anything to you. But I felt like as they're passing me, I do that in my hello, have a good night, drive safely. A lot of people needed to hear drive safely because they were looking woozy. I hope that person has an Uber. So a lot of that. I woke up with my voice kind of strained from a lot of talking before, you know, as the event was starting, and then definitely at the end. They kept us hydrated with water. I brought the little Propel, thank God, packets with the electrolytes in it. I didn't eat. I brought peanuts and those little grandma cookies. I'll put them up on the screen for snack. But I didn't eat until like 8:30. So we'll just say 5 until 8:30 p.m. I didn't have anything of substance. Thank God I did that 3-day fast, right? Thank God I had the 3-day fast, because I would have been like on edge. I would have been real hangry. I took a break and I had one of those pretzels, those big salted pretzels. Probably not the best thing, but it filled me up so I can get through the rest until midnight. They said I can leave about 11:30, so I had 3 more hours of standing at that landing, literally standing. Those compression socks I had did not help. Or maybe it did help, and I don't know, because I was dying. And I realized, although I was wearing some Nikes that I thought had a lot of support, they don't. Those don't. So I'm reevaluating my shoe options. If I gotta get some grandma life strides, sorry for anyone who has life strides and they're not a grandma, but you know, there's certain styles, certain brands that are for different types of people. I'm getting some daggone life strides, okay? I'm getting some Skechers. I'm getting whatever's gonna give me that extra support that I need for standing. And it was really not my intention to stand for as long as I did. There was no place to sit. Even when I went on my break at 8:30, I went to like the area where people get their meals, the food court part, and there were no seats. Unless I wanted to sit in a stairwell, there were no seats. They had seats in a different area, but it was kind of fancy, and you know, it was with everybody. I didn't feel that it was appropriate, and even some places we could not even go to. So I just stood and ate my pretzel at the end of the break and went back, because we only got 30 minutes. I was like, I need more than 30 minutes for being here since 5:30, and I'm not really eating anything until 8:30. So I think if I ate earlier and I had an opportunity to kind of sit and, you know, get comfortable for a minute and then finish out the second half of my time there, it would have been better. So the time management has to be better next time. The shoe game has to be better. I got to see if I've got the right compression socks. I wanted to have something that I can do that would add to my resume in the self-defense world. And also, who knows what the future holds. I want to do these types of things while I'm able to do it, while I'm physically able to do it. And I always say, if you watch any of my vlogs, life is about experiences. And I want to do this while I can, to say that I did it and to share my experience. That's why I want to do this. And in the future, I may do more security. And so I'm just building my resume. I'm building my experience and skills. It was overall very positive. I've never done it before, so I really don't know what to expect, but I'm pleased with it. I was contemplating whether I would return to be a security officer again. I was contemplating whether this would be a one and done, a one-hit wonder at the end of the night. But I'll be back. Please do leave a comment below if you've done security before, sharing words of wisdom. Please do. If you're interested in doing this and you have questions I did not answer or didn't touch on, please leave a comment below, or if you want to send me a message, you can certainly do that. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.